Hey everybody, Mike Toy here, Bonsai Boise. So I wanted to give a quick update on my pomegranate. This is the mother tree, I would say, that I've been taking a lot of cuttings from. And this itself was a cutting of another one that died a couple of years ago. This cutting is about 3 years old. And when I first cut it, it was maybe like the size of this branch, something like that. So it's done that in 3 years. So it's in a little bit rough shape right now. Kind of got that way toward the end of winter, being in the greenhouse, which is the same thing the other one did right before it died. So it had me kind of worried. But I'm not worried anymore, as I can see it's got new growth all over it now that it's been outside. So let me give you a close-up look, and we're just going to trim up some of the dead branches and the die back and, you know, just old leaves and that type of thing, and basically just give it a little cleanup and tune up. So follow me and let's get to work. All right, here's a little closer look. So let's see if I can give you some good examples here. Here's some die back here. You can see a branch that died off. Just get out of the way. So there's some die back. There's like old leaf that's kind of dark and shriveled up. But then you see new growth like this. You see that kind of all over, especially on top. Lots of new growth here. So I think where I went wrong with the last one that died a couple years ago was I freaked out, got worried, and repotted it, thinking, oh no, it must be something with the soil, I don't know. Which, you know, big no-no. You don't want to repot it and send it into even more shock when it's already sick, not feeling good. And hence it died. So I didn't do that this time, and it lived and bounced back. You see, it's got some flaws. My biggest complaint is this long, straight portion right here. So yeah, I could get drastic and cut it there, do all kinds of stuff. Even there, really, if I wanted to, and just have it kind of pretty extreme. But I haven't. I may still someday. All right, so where to start here? It's a little deceiving on some of these because it would look like that's die back, but then there's a little green leaf popping out. Same story with right there. So I want to be a little mindful of that. That being said, we'll just go through and look for some obvious spots, little nubs, that type of thing. Right here, I'm pretty sure that's, switch, pretty sure that's die back right there. Right there, I can get in there. And there. I think that is too. It had me pretty worried, gotta say. Before all this new growth popped out, I was kind of asking myself if it was going to do the same thing that the last one did. I was even more worried just bringing it outside because I thought, you know, sometimes that can be a good thing, sometimes that can be a bad thing. Bringing it outside can, in direct sun, before it's fully healthy and ready, can just be a little too much for them. Luckily, it's exactly what this one needed. I will say I love these pomegranates. They root really easily from cuttings, given the right conditions, and they're just really pretty. Mine have always gotten these really bright red flowers toward the end of summer. Never had it produce fruit. I'm told that they need to cross-pollinate for that to happen. And I'm no expert at that at all. So I think we're just going to get rid of some of these old leaves too. I'll bet you that will spark some new growth. I'm hoping you can see in there decent enough. Sorry, my little bonsai dog here. Give you a look. Very curious at what I'm up to. Hi, Luna. This is Luna, my noble steed. Okay. I keep thinking that that's it, and then I look and I see more. Inevitably, I'm going to end up getting a few live ones while I'm doing this, but it's not the end of the world, really. Well, the point of this one was mostly just cleanup. Some old leaves there. I'm just going to pull those off. It's easy enough. Old leaves there. I can just barely see some new growth. Just barely. So we'll leave well enough alone on that. One big nub right there, staring right at me. Little nub there. I can't decide if I want to keep this or I think there's new growth on it, but I'm not sure if I love it. Yes, we'll let it go for now. There are some areas up top that are structurally not great. See if I can give you a good example here. So like right there, there's 3 branches coming out of the same spot. Right here, there's 3 branches coming out of the same spot. We want to address those now because we're still in recovery mode and it's growing and I don't want to hamper that at all. Just looking for the old dead leaves. That, and just pull them off. I don't know if this is cold hardy or not, but I don't think so. I've seen a couple other videos. Back Garden Bonsai. He's got some really nice looking pomegranates, and he says that his are cold hardy. Must be a slightly different variety because I really don't think that mine are. I've left them out a couple of times toward the end of summer, like going into fall, where it's gotten chilly. Not cold, but chilly, and they get kind of, I don't know, pouty, I guess you could say. Sort of get pouty. So I think what I might do this year is just have a cutting that I designate just for that, just for experimenting. We'll see if it can take some frost or not. I know there's a lot of different varieties of these pomegranates out there. From what I understand, and I could be slightly mistaken on this, so take it with a grain of salt, but I believe these are a Mediterranean plant. So they kind of prefer drier, warmer environments. But they do thrive in the greenhouse, at least at first. They always have. It's only toward the end of winter that they start to get kind of sad and droopy. That's been my experience. Anyways, I've got several cuttings of these that I've played around with, and that's kind of how they've all acted. Could be because they're just a cutting of the same plant, and maybe that's why they all behave that way. I don't know. Who knows? I got the main plant on clearance somewhere. I think I know they didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was either. We thought it was a sarissa at first. Got it for like $8. And all my pomegranates since then have been cuttings from that. All right. I think that just about does it. Gosh. If I want to just find something I missed, all I have to do is say, I think that does it, and then instantly the spots I missed just appear. Pretty sure that one's dead. Starting to get a little bolder here with my cuts. Happens further you go. Well, I can tell a difference just from cleaning it up. Getting rid of some dead leaves and dead branches, leaving only the good leaves and branches. It just looks a lot cleaner now. A little more sparse, but cleaner, which is good. It gives it more room to grow, more ability to absorb sunlight because there's not a bunch of dead leaves and branches blocking the new leaves. So it's a good thing. So let's wrap it up. All right, so there it is. That's my pomegranate, the mother plant from which all my cuttings are coming from now. All cleaned up and ready for a nice healthy growing season. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Leave me some comments if you've got any experience with these or any good tips or tricks. It's how we all learn. So appreciate everybody who does. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day.